And here's a balance trick. I've seen a lot of people ask, I balance my tilt perfectly, but my roll always wants to return to the middle, so say you have your tilt balanced pretty good, and you check your roll, oops, and you check your roll, and it's like, well, why does it always want to return? It's like, I can't get that, even though my tilt's good, maybe even a little bottom heavy, and my roll just, I cannot balance my roll. And that's kind of just an inherent problem with these gimbals. The one way to get your roll balanced, I'll demonstrate that, is if you top balance your tilt. So if I go top heavy on tilt, where now when I tilt forward it wants to topple over, when I check my roll is balanced. So the only way to balance roll with a heavy build is to top balance your tilt, which I would not recommend. So in general, I just leave the roll bottom heavy. And the reason of that is, there's a way to fix this for manufacturers, but no one's done it. But you have your tilt axis, right here. And then you have your roll axis coming out your roll motor. Ideally, they're crossing. But when you load a camera on, what happens is the tilt axis settles, right? Because this cage is actually flexing down. So when your tilt axis settles and you balance your tilt here, in relation to the pan axis, you're now bottom heavy. So you're always going to settle to level, basically. Now if you raise your tilt axis up by top balancing the tilt, you can get it in line with the roll axis, but now you have a really floppy tilt. So the way to fix that would be to build kind of a curve or just an angle into the roll arms, so that if you have a really light camera, it might be problematic. You might be top heavy on the roll, but when you put a proper build on there, in a mini red, whatever, it'll settle into that level orientation like this. You can make it adjustable too, like have a separate thing to kind of move the tilt up and down, but not change the tilt balance. If any manufacturers are listening, that'd be a cool feature in the next gimbal. But that's the balance issue explained. I've seen it on the forums a lot.